Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. I got a few books for Christmas that I wanted to share with you guys. Santa definitely found me. I put my list out on the 20th, which is really late because that's just the way she goes sometimes. I was worrying about what I was going to get for everybody else and not what I wanted, but I actually got all 4 books on that list, plus a couple bonus books that I wanted to share with you. Okay, first up on the list, this is one that I got to myself. My local independent bookstore was having a 25% off sale yesterday, so I picked up this classic from Sylvia Plath, The Bell Jar. This was a recommendation from Kevin Tyler Norman over on Book Talk. He's a great creator. If you don't follow him, give him a follow. I don't know too much about it. I know this is Sylvia Plath's only novel, and it's based on her own life. It takes place in the 50s. Working as an intern for a New York fashion magazine in the summer of 1953, Esther Greenwood is on the brink of her future. She is also on the edge of a darkness that makes her world increasingly unreal. Esther's vision of the world shimmers and shifts day to day, living in the sultry city, her crazed men friends, the hot dinner dances. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. This is from a friend of mine. We exchanged books. I gave him a fantasy book from Joe Abercrombie, and he gave me Lifespan, Why We Age and Why We Don't Have to, by David Sinclair. Sinclair, I believe, works at Harvard. He specializes in aging. Acclaimed Harvard Medical School scientist and one of time's most influential people. Aging is a disease, and that disease is treatable. Let me guess, intermittent fasting and sleep are going to be a huge component of this book if I had to guess. Next up, we got The Priory of the Orange Tree. This one was on my list. It's from Samantha Shannon. Highly recommended from Book Talk. It's a big old fantasy book, but it's a one of one. It's not the start of a series. It's a standalone book. I can't wait to read this one. Crash by Neal Stephenson, classic science fiction, released in 1992. This is actually the first time the word metaverse was used. I've never read any Neal Stephenson, so this will be my first. The Apollo Murders from Chris Hadfield. Chris Hadfield's a Canadian astronaut who's written a few non-fiction books. This is his first foray into fiction, science fiction. Looking forward to reading this one. I'm a big fan of Chris Hadfield. He's a pretty cool dude. He wrote an autobiography, An Astronaut's Guide to Life, and I read that when I was a younger college student, and it really resonated with me how hard he had to work to get to where he became an astronaut, because it's not easy. Cloud Cuckoo Land from Anthony Doerr, really anticipated novel. I wrote All the Light We Cannot See, which I read and I really enjoyed. It's been a few years since I read that, so it's definitely a bit hazy in my mind, but I've seen the early reviews of this book are all positive. He's an incredible writer, and I'm really looking forward to this one. Constantinople in the 15th century, small town in present-day Idaho, and on an interstellar ship decades from now. A soaring story about children on the cusp of adulthood in worlds in peril who find resilience, hope, and a book. Those are the books I got for Christmas. Have you read any of these? What books did you get for Christmas? Let me know down in the comments. Happy holidays.